Hey everybody, this is Phil from Zaid Comics. I'm the writer of the upcoming graphic novel set to launch in August on Indiegogo called Magic Cop, and I am just one half of the two best looking brothers in all of comics. And today we're going to be taking a look at a statue that I've recently purchased off of Sideshow Collectibles. We're going to do an unboxing, and it is a Lobo statue. Wearing my Lobo shirt. He's one of my favorite comic book characters of all time out of DC Comics, and we're actually going to look at some future Lobo statues that are coming out. If you go over to sideshow.com here and we take a look, you can actually see some of the future statues that are coming out. You can pre-order these, all of these. And the newest one that I just saw the other day is this one. Let's take a look at this crazy Lobo statue. 750 big ones. But it's a big statue, and this is insane. It's like straight off of a cover of Heavy Metal magazine. Totally, well, this one is more, this head is more Simon Bisley-esque. He's playing a guitar gun. So wacky 90s heavy metal. And I don't know how I feel about it because it is so Lobo. I think the pants are fabric. The vest looks great. I don't know if the vest is fabric though. It is a maquette. Usually maquettes do not have mixed media on them. But lately they've just been coming out with some great Lobo pieces. I know Iron Studios is coming out with one, which they're distributing through Sideshow, because Sideshow is like monopolizing the distribution of comic book collectibles. Look at these casings coming out. It's crazy. The nuclear reactor thing there. He still has his chain, of course, and then he's like riding these aliens. But you have the Simon Bisley profile head switch out, which comes with that's the base head, and then you have the exclusive, which is the more Alex Horley Lobo with the dreadlocks that we're seeing a lot on the modern take of Lobo, and that Gene Simmons 90s tongue that he used to stick out. Pretty awesome. Let's see the dimensions for this guy. 20 inches. And then you have this is by Iron Studios, which is the motorcycle. And when I saw this, I'm like, wow, this is kick-ass, because I always wanted one that was on a motorcycle. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Lobo collector. This one has a couple of different heads. I think it's got 3 heads. But I think it's too cartoony for my taste. Price is pretty up there. And then this guy, I actually know the artist who did this. Reached out to him on Facebook, and we talked a bunch about the character, how we both love the character. He's got this awesome 90s Lobo gun, but this guy's 1/3 scale. He's huge. 3D printed, 3D sculpted. It's so beautiful. It's actually off of their Injustice line, and this is supposed to be based on the Injustice character. And he has 2 guns. He's got that gun and 2 heads also, and then he also has this double barrel shotgun. I don't know if we could see it, but I'm definitely looking forward to the XM version, which is on his motorcycle, and he has a variant where he's throwing the dog like a discus or a football, and that one's badass. But the one we're going to be looking at today is this Mini-Co figure, Lobo and Dog. It's super reasonably priced. It's tiny, it's cute. It's Lobo and Dog. So let's unbox this guy. Okay, so here he is. It's a great box. Try not to get the glare in there. But I've never heard of this company. I don't know if it's a sub company of Sideshow, but just like everything else nowadays, it's distributed by Sideshow. The box has some cool box art here, so you can see Lobo and Dog, like mini Lobo. It's funny because Lobo actually had a clone of himself back in the 90s and the early 2000s, he had this power where if he got cut, every drop of blood would spring up another Lobo. It was ridiculous. So they were, actually, Iron Studios, the guys that make that biker Lobo. I have another Lobo by Iron Studios that I might do a review for. It was their first Lobo figure that they put out, but this one is Iron Studios that makes this Minico line. And you can see the other Minico figures. They also have a Cyborg. I know they've been showing off and putting ads out. Box is pretty cool. Your standard box. I think my Iron Studios Lobo came out in a box like this too, so I should have known. Series 1, so he was in their first line. And Lobo's been getting a lot of traction lately, and I don't know why. Maybe because what's his name? Michael Bay is in talks of writing a script or directing. Someone else is writing a script. I know he's going to direct it. And he's also going to be on Krypton Season 2, which I'm not digging how he's looking. Okay, took some finagling, but I did get it all done. So it's a double base here, and they both clip in with pegs, which is cool. It's also not like a heavy-duty resin like a statue would be made of. It's actually like a really nice thick plastic. It has really good feel to it. The hair is super spiky and a bit dangerous if you have young children that like shoving things in their eyes. But the hair is really cool, wild, spiked back, very Bisley-esque. And his sculpt is basically the new look that almost everybody's doing with Lobo, where he's got the skull knee pads, which that was taken a lot from the Injustice game. And I know this is a basic identical body, like his accessories are basically identical to the Lobo from the other Iron Studios Lobo, which I'm going to pick up in a second, and I'll show you a comparison of how the costumes are similar. But finagling with the chain is kind of hard because his hands have little openings, so you could feed them through. I don't know if you can see here, but the chain is, it's an actual chain, and you have to feed them through his little hand holes, and that could take a little bit. He doesn't have anything on the back of his vest, which, he usually has the Bite Me Fanboy motto on the back of his vest. It does say DC Lobo down on his base, as it does say DC Dog down on his base, on Dog's base. Like I said, they fit together, which is really cool. I love the dog accessory. He never gets love. Dog always gets left out a little bit. I'm really digging Lobo's smirk, his side smirk right there, and really cool figure. It's only $30. I'm glad they got someone like Lobo in there. Like, I always say that Lobo could be as popular as Deadpool for DC. He's broke the fourth wall before Deadpool ever started doing that. He's more of bloody, dark humor than where Deadpool is more like fart jokes and stuff like that. So I really hope they do an awesome movie with him in the future. Alright, so here I'm comparing the two Iron Studio Lobos. One is the Minico one, and we have just the regular Iron Studio 9-inch figure. And this one's super cool, and as you can see, they basically have the same costume on. This is like the really popular Lobo costume they're doing right now, with the blue pants. He's got a gray tank top on, black leather vest, as opposed to the denim vest that he had in the 90s. And I know he also had the leather jacket with one sleeve, but they're really going in on this leather vest. The skulls are basically the same But this one has, I mean, this is like your classic Lobo. He looks like a badass. He's ripped out of his mind. He's got a cool patch on his back. A chain also with a big hook, and this one has a cigar. Now, when I got this one, his cigar was actually broken off, and I just took some like nail glue, glued it back on. But you can see a good comparison here between the two figures. You know, one's more the cartoony, comical Lobo, and has the dog accessory, which is awesome. And it's a, you know, for the price, it's great. Cooler than a pop, which I also have the Lobo pop. And yeah, this is the 6-inch. The Minico Lobo is about 6 inches. And I'm excited to see what other characters are going to come out with a DC line. I'm not sure if they have a Marvel line, but they're really doing great work with their DC. They got a Harley, which you need a Harley, right? And they got Aquaman, Superman, and Joker. That's their first series. And then the newest one I've seen was Cyborg. Yeah. So yeah, there's a Minico Lobo. I had fun unboxing him. I'm super excited to see more Lobo get more love in the collectible area, because not a lot of people, like the mainstream, doesn't really know who Lobo is, and they definitely will once the movie comes out, and then he'll be everywhere and he'll be super saturated. But I could say I was the first one. So if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to do more of these statue reviews and a lot more content coming up with the release of our Magic Cop short story 12-page pilot issue for Free Comic Book Day. We just announced that. We're going to have that done up on our website for everyone to see. And then that's just going to be the beginning of making comics and putting out Magic Cop the graphic novel in August. So yeah, give this video a like, help us out so we can get up to, we want to get up to 50 subscribers by the end of April. We really want that so we can get our own Zaid Comics URL for YouTube. Follow us on Twitter @ZaidComics, and we'll see you next time.